But let's just shove her.
No, it's just that would be loud enough. Oh. As long as you can.
As long as you can see it,
yeah.
hear it, feel it.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start with the introduction. So I'll just say like, "Hey, I'm Trevor," and then, yeah. Okay. It's so weird. So we're finally.
Get on with it. Let's see her.
Should I look at
Do
okay.
it. Do it. Do it.
Hey everybody, I'm Trevor.
I'm the one and only Cody.
And this is the Stop Crying, I'm Talking podcast. We finally made it.
You know what? We just jumped in. We're doing it live.
It's not live, but
it's not live, but you know it's sudden. It's basically like finding out your girl's pregnant after dating her for 2 weeks.
Is that a reference to somebody we know?
Tom, shots have been fired. Those are towards you. You and your mom's a whore. Wait, no. Maybe a little bit.
Don't. That's too far. You're taking it too far. Okay. Alright. I think we should start off with who we are. Kind of explain ourselves.
People really care about us, though.
Well, you know, somebody might look back and be like, hey, they're on episode like 100 right now. I want to listen to the first podcast. And it's like, now they can, it's like it's like our own origin story.
I don't know if I'll live that long. Cut it down to maybe like 10, 15 episodes and I can probably live.
Like Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones style.
We're better than Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is good, but okay. I'm aiming for at least our lights are on right now. So that's all I'm hoping for.
What does that even mean?
That you can see us. Well, speaking of Game of Thrones, Bran.
What about Bran?
Is he useless?
Okay. Bran. Okay, so are we talking about like episode 3, Game of Thrones? Then, like the whole,
like the
battle,
everything that's like led up to this. He's had some useful parts, but he came down to it, and instead of telling him what's up, he says, "Look at this dope wheelchair I got."
Well, remember what he told, like, who did he tell? Jon Snow? Like, if I told... No. Who did he tell? He told Jon Snow or somebody. He's like, if I tell you... Or am I mixing it up with Endgame? No, I think I'm mixing it up with Endgame. Because Doctor Strange is like, towards the end, he's like, if I tell you what happens, it won't happen. Or does Bran say that?
No.
Bran say that too?
That's Doctor Strange.
I'm mixing them up.
Spoilers. I think you're supposed to say that before you say spoilers, but
well,
hopefully you guys got enough time to watch it. If not,
by the time we release this, if you're not up to date on Game of Thrones and Avengers Endgame, that's on you.
Yeah, ask for $8. I got you. You can go see that movie.
100 people message you. You got me, bro.
First 2 people.
So so for everybody listening, the idea of this podcast, our plan is we're gonna record any day during the week, but our plan is to post every Monday the week after. So we are recording this on the 6th of May, so we will be posting this the next Monday.
Whatever day that is, it would be
7 days from now.
The 13th.
I was gonna say the 13th.
The 13th.
Math is hard. Okay.
Who goes to school nowadays, anyways?
So,
kind of topics that we'll be heading up on. Just random topics, funny, serious.
We're all about the funny, but it's like we want to get into conversation.
Sometimes you gotta be sensitive.
You're never sensitive. But I mean, that'd be interesting. See the sensitive side of you for once.
I was just saying that in an example. Not that it's gonna happen, but who knows?
Like you're like, takes a drink. I'm gonna need more to drink.
See, I got my glass, and then I made your glass specific just for you because it's.
I love it.
Dainty.
You know.
So
it's perfect.
Yeah, I just made like a ton of notes, and just kind of. I mean, they're not really even all topics, but who knows?
Just throw them out there, man. Okay, let's go back to Game of Thrones.
I don't want to like machine gun you to death and just blaze through
No.
like
Let's
questions.
finish our previous conversation. We were talking about Bran. Is he a useless character? Yes and no. I don't remember exactly what happens in like the previous seasons with Bran because it's kind of like maybe I was looking at my phone.
I don't know. He's kind of like Rain Man. He has like I don't know. If you wanted him to count toothpicks, he would be really handy. But other than that, he just kind of freaks out and.
But he's never really shown any fear when he's under pressure. It's like he knows everything that's gonna happen, so like he doesn't need to show fear. He's just he just knows what's going down. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know does he know the future, or does he, or can he? I'm pretty sure he can only look
past
into the
and present.
Past and present.
But he can fly around, but faster than anybody else with the ravens or take control of other animals.
Yeah. I mean, he took control of ghosts at one time.
Like imagine the scouting options you can do with that, because nobody's gonna shoot a raven out of the air.
But what good is that if you're not gonna say anything? He doesn't say it. Like he's under the ward the whole entire episode. I mean, yeah, in the past episodes, maybe he's like. But did he come up with any battle plans? Like everybody else came up with battle plans.
It was all like Jon Snow, but like
they never showed Bran could like behind the scenes at all.
Yeah. See, like that's what I.
But it could be totally different in the.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it could be a lot more detailed. He's always sitting in like the war council.
He's always there for the battle plans and whatnot.
Yeah, not that it ever shows him saying anything, but maybe he's just. I don't know. Pointing around. Doing innuendos to tell him what to do.
They're like, hey, maybe we should send in the Unsullied first. It starts with a D. The Savages. I'm giving you hints.
They like their horses.
And that was a sick scene though. When they sent in the Dothraki first with like the flaming swords, and they go in, and all you hear is like screaming and just like flashing.
Retreat.
And just like all of a sudden, like one by one, the flames, like you just see the flames slowly go out, and it's just like agony. You're just like
pain.
Just imagine, like all you can do is just imagine what's going on, and like how many went in there? Like 1,000, maybe more, and it's only like 2 or 3 guys.
It was
come
a
back.
good amount of troops sent in there. I'm trying to get my chops. I don't know if they see it from the camera, but I'm trying to get my chops to like Game of Thrones status.
Oh, is that what you're trying to do?
I don't know. I'm trying something. I wouldn't say it's fully working, but you know, it's always. I got a few compliments on them.
Way to change the subject to your chops. you just wanted to point them out.
No. Maybe. But I mean,
it's possible.
It happens, you know. But no, Bran. I feel like he's helpful, but like low key, and like he doesn't want to take any of the credit for being helpful. That's just how it seems. Not
he
that
just
it
wants to
is.
be. He wants to be the background character, but he can't be.
Yeah.
He was given this power that he just can't. He just has to deal with it, but he's only dealing with it.
Too much power. Like he doesn't want to be lord anywhere. He just the 3-eyed raven. I need one of those horns.
Oh, like Tormund or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw this post today on Instagram, and it was like it was captioned the only like sideshow or whatever the name for that is. I don't know.
Like bloopers or
No, like a sideshow, like a spin-off. The only
a
spin-off
spin-off.
I want to see.
okay.
And it was Tormund and Ghost. Like Ghost and Tormund. Ghost. Jon Snow's wolf.
I thought
Jon
you
Snow's
said like
direwolf.
dead
And it's
Tormund, like a ghost
just
haunting
them.
people.
No. Ghost like just them two like out in the north like just living it up.
Jumping off
Drinking
waterfalls.
giant's milk and
Straight from the
jumping
teeth.
off waterfalls.
I don't know. Well, I guess it's in the north. You wouldn't want to do a polar plunge into Arctic waters.
It worked out for Jon Snow and what's her name?
They go in the ice, huh?
Not in the ice. No, they the cave. In the cave. There's kind of a waterfall there.
Ygritte.
Ygritte. No,
Whatever.
that doesn't sound right.
They're married in real life. Whatever her name.
Are they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dude, I swear, like him. Didn't. Nah, they never had a thing. Him and Amelia Clark.
Who knows?
They're always hanging out together, though.
Are they?
I don't know. I would see pictures of them like they'd be out shopping together. Like I assume they're like you practically like
Yeah, if you
Well,
work
they
with
weren't
somebody
that
that
young.
close all that long.
they weren't that young when
For
they
that
first
time.
started the show. Not like nothing like Macy Williams and Sophie Turner. Like they literally basically grew up together. You know.
Yeah, starting that young into a show, I mean, you're basically forced to be friends.
They're practically sisters
Yeah,
in real life.
but I guess
When you have to play being sisters, you can pretty much
yeah,
you pretty much become sisters at that point. All right.
but so work on this whole transition thing. But like even in Game of Thrones or out of Game of Thrones, advancing yourself in life. In Game of Thrones, a lot of the times it's people having sex with one another to grow families,
Okay.
grow power, but that's like some of the times that's how it is in real life too. Is how you know people and doing favors. Well, not favors like that, but in order to raise.
Okay. So what point are you getting at? Are you trying to like connect like how real life is related to Game of Thrones?
Not quite. Not anything to do with Game of Thrones, but like how their family and be it who you are helps how you get there. Having a big name
Well, yeah.
or who you have sex with.
Power's everything, man. The more power you hold, the world is your oyster. Look at Donald Trump. He's freaking president now.
It's true. And he said
It's-
it's a porn star.
It's so crazy to think about that because it's like in high school. I remember when Donald Trump like ran for the primaries and he lost or something, and we were all talking about like what would it be like if, and we thought it'd be like nobody really hated him back then. It was like he was more of just like, oh, he's a businessman. Like I'm sure there were people who like disliked him just because of his attitude, like on The Apprentice and stuff. Like people are like he's such a negative guy, but it's like nobody really hated him like they did today. But that's fair because it's like I'm not saying you shouldn't hate Donald Trump for I mean it's just easier to dislike him now because he's just in a position of power. Like when he wasn't in a position of power, it's like people were like, okay, like that's fine. But now that he's in a position of power, he's like he represents us. Like when people look at like when people from other countries look at us, they see Donald Trump.
You know who I think should run for president is Daniel Tosh.
No.
Because
Okay.
like he would make it just it's either you're gonna love him or probably kill yourself in the next 48 hours.
It's
And I would be the one that's still alive with the population down to probably like 100 people, and
Okay,
we'd be
not 100.
living the best lives possible.
best life. So you're saying like 200 like there's 300 million people, so 299,900,000 are gonna like kill themselves So only 100 people are going to be left in America.
I could only wish.
Such simpler times.
Need a black plague.
We need another plague.
I guess that leads.
So So for the people listening, we never really did a demo. We meant to do a demo, but this is basically the pilot slash.
This
first
is
episode.
the pilot, like just.
This is the first episode,
crash and
but
burn.
it's also like a pilot. Like this is. It's getting good.
Yeah, just kind of crashing and burning and see if we can pick ourselves back up and see how good it turns out. Buff off some knobs.
See what works and see what doesn't. So, Avengers Endgame. Let's get into that. Who?
Oh no, I didn't have enough Batman for me, but no, it's good.
Superman dies at the end of Endgame. Spoiler. Oh wait, I think you're supposed to say spoiler
I also
before
heard
you say
you
the spoiler.
Also came out gay in that movie, which blew my mind. Superman did, you know,
right before he blew his brains out,
ripping dudes in half with that thing. That was
okay. So who's okay? I remember you bringing this up with me as like a good topic. Who's the most worthless superhero in that movie?
Oh yeah.
And I think I know what you're gonna say, but I'll let you take the floor.
Besides most worthless superhero, I think the person I hate the absolute most, I am so glad he died, was Vision.
Vision?
I don't know if I just hate the actor or just hate the way his face looks, but I was like, he died, and I think I was the only one. Just round of applause in the movie theater.
I didn't hate Vision, but I wasn't sad that he died. Like
what does he even do? What's his contribution?
He's an Infinity Stone.
He is the Infinity Stone. He's an infinite bitch too.
What stone was he? He wasn't.
Was he the power?
Was he?
He's red, right?
I don't know. His body was like red. Look it up.
I guess I can.
You gotta look this stuff up so that that's like.
We gotta make sure we're right, so that we're not just sitting here like a bunch.
We're not just rambling like a bunch of monkeys.
Bunch of R words.
A bunch of R words.
That's retard. I wasn't gonna say it, but just in case people don't know.
I mean, I honestly thought you were gonna say Black Widow, and I was prepared to fight you on that.
No, I
Black Widow, like she paid the ultimate price. She spoiler, committed suicide. Like, what other hero? Like, sure, heroes die in battle, but they don't willingly kill themselves. Like, when you go into battle, sure, you know the risks.
He has the Mind Stone.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense since it's embedded in his head.
Head, yeah. Playing words there. The Mind Stone. But yeah, so, like, when you go into battle, you know the risks, but most of the time, like,
you don't think you're gonna have to have zero fight. Just have to sacrifice yourself.
You don't tell yourself you're gonna die in battle. You're gonna tell yourself, I'm gonna kill all these people, destroy all these people, and then we're gonna come out victorious.
I'm gonna get it.
Unless it's
Is that loud if I set my glass down by the microphone? I don't even know.
It'll capture it, but as long as you're not constantly moving it.
I'll try. I'm
just keep moving
back
and forth.
Like just a chalkboard noise. Be like, oh yeah.
No,
I love the pain.
It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I mean, Black Widow, probably like top. Not my favorite, but she's like the most important like part of like what went down.
Her fighting skills are
my favorite,
top notch.
So,
but no, who's your like just piece of garbage that you know?
Just completely worthless.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they have to have superpowers. Yeah, of course.
I mean,
Because it's
the ones that have superpowers and are still worthless, but then there's people like Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's not useless, but he's like
and Black Widow. I'm just saying that they don't have superpowers and they are still top notch.
We're talking people who are still alive, right? Because I mean,
I threw out Vision out there.
Quicksilver just like
ate
it in Age of Ultron.
Apparently,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, super speed can't dodge bullets. Newsflash. Apparently, when like every other speed superhero can catch bullets.
You watch X-Men. What is it? Something Future Past.
Yeah, Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past.
Where...
Like, what's his name? Is that Quicksilver?
Yeah, Quicksilver's in that one,
like
just younger.
He's moving the bullets, and he's just like,
he paused
willy-nilly.
Paused time completely with how fast he was moving.
And then Age of Ultron, he just eats it.
And, yeah.
Okay, so back to most useless. Probably...
There's so many, and...
Because I'm trying to think of, like... It just depends. There's no one single worthless, because you think about it, in Avengers Infinity War, like Hulk was like the most useless. Without the giant Iron Man suit at the end.
Bruce Banner's still the smartest one there.
Right, but it's what role did he play like in the battle? He didn't.
Oh, he's got the suit. If he has the like Hulk Iron Man suit.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Without the suit, that's like saying Tony Stark.
He's mostly just the stat man.
Without Tony Stark, he wouldn't have the suit.
I mean,
it's not like he built his own suit like Iron Man.
True, but I feel like given enough time,
Okay, so
he made a suit, but it was just actual organic material that made him the Hulk.
I think MVP of the entire like MCU universe, Iron Man. Like,
I mean,
not because he died, but just because he brought it all together.
He did. He brought it all together.
And I'm not talking about. Like,
if anybody's falling behind, he just makes him a suit.
Exactly, but I'm not talking about like just like he was the first Avenger. Like he was the first, like 2008, first Avenger. I think if it wasn't for the success of those initial superhero movies, like Iron Man, Thor, like none of this would have been possible, obviously. But like Iron Man, I think he just like brought it all together.
He did. I mean, he trained like Spider-Man, some of the new ones, superheroes even.
Right.
He's playboy.
He basically made the Avengers happen.
Philanthropist, billionaire. Just a straight homie G.
Playboy.
Yeah, I said that one first.
You said philanthropist. Philanthropist.
You cut me off between words.
You paused.
Because you were talking. I don't want to sound like we're arguing over, like, together, like just yelling at each other, and then you can't understand either one.
Trying to say stuff. Who's trying to say the same thing louder?
Yeah. You don't want to talk over each other. You gotta take turns.
All right. So.
But
are we still on Endgame?
Okay. Besides that, just for funsies, like most useless superhero of any like all time, like say Squirrel Girl.
DC.
She just has a
Marvel?
tail.
DC and Marvel.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Jason Momoa and Aquaman, I'd probably say Aquaman. Because it's like on land. What are you gonna do? There's like
he's still super strong in that.
I guess, but I mean, how far? Like how? Like is he? Is he the same amount of? Is he weaker when he's like farther away from the ocean? I don't think so. He's like the same strength. So if he goes all the way to the Midwest
even like
of
low
America,
budget superheroes I'm talking about. Okay. See, Aquaman is he's way up the list because he's super powerful. But like,
do they have to have superpowers, or just like, anybody from the comics?
Discount brand like great value superheroes.
Ant-Man.
You're still going way too high.
What do you mean way too high? I don't know any low level superheroes, dude. Like I'm not that deep into it.
Really?
Dude, like the only superheroes I know are for like movies and like, dude, like old cartoons. Like, I don't know if we're thinking like Ben 10. Like,
Ben 10 was the man.
oh, he was the man. Dude, that little watch, he's like, you could turn. He was multiple heroes. He could turn into like whatever he needed in that moment.
A new season came out. He had 10 new monsters, heroes, whatever. And no, like I'm saying, there's like the one superhero, and she's called Squirrel Girl.
That's a thing. I thought you were joking.
No, seriously. And her superpower is she grew a tail, and she can like climb trees super fast.
So basically, Sandy Cheeks from SpongeBob, but human.
Yeah, but she doesn't know, like, I don't think she knows karate skills, but she can crawl really good, and like I don't know if it's just claws that she got but yeah, so she's nimble. That's with a big bushy tail. It's, I mean, cool. But yeah,
she's good for petty crimes.
Well, cat burglar.
There's a cat in my tree. Like, just climb up there and grab it.
So wouldn't the cat want the squirrel?
No, because she's still human-sized. Cats don't mess with stuff. Cats are... See, it's proven. If cats were like ours, like if cats were... Like mountain lions, for example. Like if house cats were like mountain lion size...
They only hunt with smaller than them.
They only... Yeah. Like, they're smart. They know not to, like, attack humans because they're like, well, humans will fuck us up. They're just like, they
We
know.
don't want that.
There's a mutual, like, you give me food, like, you give me food, you get to pet me. you get to bask in my glory. That's how cats are. That's why I prefer dogs. Dogs are mutual best buddies.
Yeah.
I seriously someday I'm gonna get a border collie. I don't know if I'm gonna get a full purebred though. Like, because purebreds, there's always problems with them.
You know, we end up like you, and just weak ankles and knees and surgery after surgery.
We can get surgeries on the same day. We can recover together.
Oh, I should just put my phone on.
Yeah, you should probably
Don't.
take off the lock screen.
Yeah.
I might need you to top me off, dude. With
Jesus,
your
you are just chugging through. Oh.
So let's flip it. Who's your favorite superhero of any comic, any universe, whatever?
Just of all time. Huh?
All time. Doesn't matter how petty. Like, it could be like your childhood, like freaking Power Rangers for all I care.
No, I was never into Power Rangers.
Dude, I was. I love Power Rangers.
Just gonna get into it. I've always liked the Flash.
Really?
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, what the Flash? He's just fast." He's not just fast. He can run back in time. He can do a bunch of stuff.
Isn't Superman just as fast or like the same speed as Flash or something?
No, some people will say like that, but
well, because in Justice League, like Superman pretty much was like able to follow the Flash.
It all depends on which stage Flash is in. If it's like grown Flash where he's fully decked out, knows everything, he's got like the Speed Force and all that, he's far beyond everything.
Practically invincible.
But like
invincible.
Yeah, and it depends on like which person makes the show and like comic book or whatever.
Right.
Because obviously these people aren't real, but like in Smallville, that old TV show, you heard of it.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
And it's about Superman, but like in one of the episodes, he runs into it's not Barry Allen. It's actually Bart.
Okay.
Who's like normally he's from the future, or whatever, but he races Superman, and he's just like in a whole other category of speed. Like they will take off, and Flash is running backwards at Superman's like fastest speed. Mm-hmm. And then turns around and he's gone.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
So I mean, you don't really ever see Superman talking about joining the Speed Force and running so fast he's going back into time, but the Flash can. And with that super speed comes, obviously, if you even touch somebody, they're flying back 40 feet.
Yeah, and with superheroes, it's always like it's a rock paper scissors thing. You try to like, sure, there's some heroes that'll be like, there's no superhero who's better than everybody. I mean, is there? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it's canon that there's any superhero in any comic book universe that's just better than everybody else. Maybe Captain Marvel,
No.
but
Mm.
because it feels like whatever, like every superhero has a certain weakness, and like another superhero could, could use that weakness against them. It feels like a rock paper scissors thing with that kind of stuff. Who's that?
It's spam.
Oh,
Get like 7 of them a day. No, but I'm pretty sure there is. Like, that would be a question for Tom.
right. Tom.
He would totally be like, all right, here's the 6 overpowered superheroes that are just like
Here's why these
the old
superheroes are
One Punch Man.
Freaking One Punch Man. That's a good show. It's like so when it comes to anime and stuff, there's only a few animes that I can name off that like,
Not the
really
biggest
like.
fan of them, but
Like
tolerate the ones that are comedy
I
gold.
practically grew up on Naruto. Like that was amazing. But then there's like I liked Bleach. I didn't get very deep into Bleach, but I liked it when I did watch it.
No idea what that is.
Bleach?
I've maybe heard of it.
It's like this. It's like a anime about like swordsmen and stuff. I don't even know. I don't even know the plot to it. It's like,
So,
but it's like
sword fighting as in like urinals
what? Yo,
or
shut up. So,
gay.
but then like One Punch Man, and then there's like, have you ever seen Sword Art Online?
No.
So Dave, he introduced me to that when we were in college. Just great show, like great plot, like the storytelling's great. It's basically about these kids who are like trapped in a video game, and it's like VR, but the VR is like connected to their cerebral cortex. And if they try to leave the game, or if they die in the game, they die in real life. And if the people try to remove the headset from them, like it goes off like a little bomb or something, like really small, but it's like enough to kill them. It'll go off, and it's just like they have to fight in the game, but they have to fight together because they have to fight together to get to the final boss. And once they defeat the final boss,
Then they're free.
then everybody's free.
Okay, no. So, never watched that show.
Okay.
But I watched this movie. It was on Netflix. No,
Was it a Netflix original or was it just?
no, I don't remember it at all.
So.
But I watched this movie.
Okay.
And it's like a, I don't know, Class B film, maybe. It's just one of those, like, lonely nights.
Just
that you just
bored,
want to
you
just pick a show.
Yeah.
And it was about the, like, immersive video games. And it was, like, identical to that. Like, they get the suits, but it was, they're secured into a building.
Mm-hmm.
And then put, like, the VR suits on. They have, like, body armor on.
Okay.
But then it looks all digital. And then they just have, like, decoy guns or whatever. And then they got to clear the building. But then, like, what they don't tell them is they can't leave the building until it's totally cleared. And then they also have only 3 lives. But then if you die that final time, you're dead permanently, for real.
Okay.
Like, the suit just, like, fries your brain.
Okay. Yeah, kind of same thing. How was it?
It was good. Terrible acting. And, like,
I feel like with anime and cartoons, it's like, just you can do whatever you want. You can like change, like it's so much easier to do than with live action. Because with live action, if you're gonna like add certain things, you'll need like CGI or like special effects. But with anime, you just draw it in.
well,
It feels like it's cheating, sort of.
not even just, like, I love cartoons, like, kid cartoons.
To Adventure Time.
Come on, Trevor. Yeah. Just, like, that's the best. Like, there is no limit what they can do, what they can draw. South Park, one of the greatest inventions of
If
all
I
time.
could, if I could draw, I'd totally be an animator. That would be like, I just can't draw.
Well, it wouldn't even be drawing anymore nowadays. Like, most go, like, I think Disney stopped with hand-drawn art years ago.
Oh, right.
It's all digital on the computer.
But that's still like a useful task.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they use the big like it's like iPad at like on a whole new level where they basically draw on a screen so it just pops up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like so you're still drawing. You still use like the same techniques that you would use with a pencil. It's just not.
Yeah.
You know, it's all digital.
Well, and you can copy and paste. So like, I've already drawn this guy once. I'm not gonna draw him again 50 times. It just makes
Put him
it
in the
easy.
same background, just with a different. Just put his mouth a different certain way, like South Park.
I think.
Dude, you ever like you know how long it took to make those first like South Park episodes? Like just hours and hours and days just to make like one episode.
It'd be like claymation, dude. That would be the hard. I don't even know why anybody would waste their time.
So much patience.
Making claymation. I would shoot myself.
Like, a lot of suicide jokes.
1,000 like little tiny movements with claymation to make like 30 seconds.
And what happens when you mess
Yeah, what
up?
if you knock it over?
What if you rip an arm off accidentally?
Just
Done. Just, I quit.
You crumble it up. Gronk spiked that thing out of the ground. Shotgun a beer and you're out of there.
When I was in high school, I used to make I used to use PowerPoint. So what you would do is you just like make the, you would just put the slideshow like on PowerPoint, but you would have it so that when you play the slideshow, each slide would play instantly through. So you would just like, for fun once I made a cartoon and it was just a stick figure cartoon. It's basically like cyanide and happiness. People loved it. But I'm just like making it like comparison. Like it was super simple.
Yeah.
And it's like people just loved it. I saw when I was in middle school. That's where I came up with it. In high school, like I came up with it because in middle school, that's what we did. We made like small cartoons with PowerPoint, and I saw the preview for Punisher where they were in the hotel room and he shot the rocket launcher from another room into that room and all the dudes blew up. So I made a cartoon where this one guy's in one room and there's a bunch of guys in the other room and the guy's holding a bazooka and he shoots it into the room and like all the guys blow up, and that's what I made a cartoon of, and people freaking went nuts. Like people loved it. It was the dumbest thing.
You're like, yeah, I totally thought of that all by myself, not Punisher.
It only lasted like 10 seconds, but people were just like, yes, this is amazing.
So it was just each PowerPoint, like, boom, rocket launcher. Next PowerPoint, boom, rocket launcher just a little further in there.
Yeah, dude, it was
just like, dude, it was kind of like a quick like flash book.
Yeah, it was like a flip book. It was a flip book, but just with PowerPoint.
So did you set each slide to change
was just
like
a different
second?
Yeah, it would less than a second. It's instant. Like it would instantly go through. Yeah, because you would set it to like 0.01 seconds per slide.
Just like, yeah, as fast as you can flip through a page of books.
So it's literally like a cheap cartoon. It's basically South Park. Like the less you make them, the less you make.
I honestly never even thought about doing that before. Now I just want to sit on the computer and be like,
oh, it's such a time waster, dude.
Take over the show. I'm just sitting here for the next 3 hours.
Only if you're bored of your freaking mind.
Making this guy chucking dildos across the room.
That's just how much I didn't care about schoolwork. I'm not proud to admit it. It's like, that's just how much I didn't care about schoolwork. Like, I would rather go to the library, go on the computer, and like make freaking cartoons that don't mean anything. I used to write in my planners. I used to make like small comic books about like, once I made like basically a rated R version of Wonder Pets, and it was like I made a cartoon called Wonder Pets versus Godzilla. It was just so dumb. Like the Wonder Pets were like swearing.
What is Wonder Pets?
The Wonder Pets it's like the children's cartoon, but it's like a turtle and a hamster and like a duck, and they're like,
I've never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
It's like a children's cartoon, but like really young, like you know, ages 1 to 5 or whatever.
Yeah. But back to the subject that we had going.
What were we talking about?
It doesn't matter. Like Class B movies,
Okay.
but
Sci-fi movies are the shit.
sci-fi?
Sci-fi.
You're talking about like aliens.
Well, like the old no.
Okay,
Yes,
no, I got it.
the Sci-Fi Channel. Like you ever used to go on Sci-Fi Channel and just like watch sci-fi original movies?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Dude, like those are the bomb.
Just like-
I freaking love those movies. Like I love those monster movies. They're just freaking amazing.
You like Monster Quest. You know how weird my dreams are now? Imagine if like I used to fall asleep.
What's a good dream you could tell about? I could tell you a dream. Should we have a dream minute?
Yeah, you go first and I'll
So
I'll talk to
last
you afterwards.
week I told Kennedy about this dream. And I told Colton, I think. I don't know if I told Kennedy. Anyways, so I was on this plane with like my mom and my dad. And we were just like on a plane. I didn't know where we were going. Like I didn't think of that yet in my dream. But we were flying. And we were just like, but there was no barrier between us and like the front, so you could see through the front window, like where the pilots could look through.
So basically, you're riding just backseat drive around an airplane.
Yeah, but it's like it's a regular commercial airplane, like
Okay.
you know, like a full-sized airplane, like a Boeing or whatever.
Yep.
747. So yeah,
It's a big boy.
so all of a sudden we're doing freaking barrel rolls, like just twisting around. I'm like, I wasn't freaking out as much as like I would in real life. I was like, well, this isn't normal, but I mean, I guess this is what the pilot has to do. I trust him, and it's like he just keeps barreling, and then I'm like, what's going on? And then I think my mom was just like, oh, this is what the pilots have to do to land. I'm like, okay, like I guess we're just rolling with it, and all of a sudden we just go upside down and we stay upside down and we're slowly, I can see the ground coming at us and it's just like green and like dirt and it's like all of a sudden we're like sliding upside down and like hitting the freaking ground and we're like, for some reason all of a sudden I realized like, oh, we're landing in Alaska. This is where we're going. And so we're like,
Because Earth turned upside down, so you're playing it to be
so
upside
dumb.
down.
So we land and we get out and my parents were like, well, that was a successful
So chipper
Like,
about
they
almost
all-
death.
Nobody died. They were like, it was
Almost not.
like, in my dream, it was just a normal thing to everybody else. Everybody was like,
So what? Do you have to like fall out of your seat?
yeah, I unbuckled my seatbelt, I fell over, we got out, and it was like everybody was just like, well, we made it, we're here. So that's not even the weirdest part. Like it's weird, like it's crazy, but it's like all of a sudden we're going up to like the airport and it's just like a small building, kind of like the size of our Jamestown airport.
Tiny.
Yeah, just small. And we go up and like all of a sudden you're in there and there's a freaking,
I'm in the airport.
yeah, you're in the airport and there's this counter. So picture this, like picture we're in the Jamestown airport and you're there and like there's a countertop. But there's like a bear on top of the countertop, and this bear's like covered in peanut butter for some reason. And you're just like taunting the bear, and the bear's like, you're taunting it and laughing at it, and the bear's like yelling, like just roaring at you, and it seems so pissed, and you're just like, ah, ha, ha,
I can
it's
take
so
that
funny.
thing. It's covered in peanut butter. Like
Screw you, bear. And it's like, all of a sudden, like, it changed again. I'm like, I need to find a bathroom. I don't know why. I guess my dream self had to go to the bathroom. I go to one bathroom. Oh, it's taken. Son of a gun. Go to the next bathroom. Oh, it's taken. Like, I can see feet underneath the stall. Like, this dream is very detailed, and I can't believe I still remember it. But
I
it's
can't
like,
believe you didn't tell me about this.
I was saving it for this moment. All right, Duolingo.
It's gonna kill us.
I
You're
can't-
coming through the window in 3, 2.
All right, I'll finish the dream. And so, like, and then I thought to myself, okay, there's 3 bathrooms in this airport. I've already gone to 2 out of 3 of them. But
So-
I don't know where the third one is. So I'm like, I feel like I'm lost. I'm like, I gotta find the bathroom.
So, wait, this airport's tiny,
Yeah.
but yet has 3
Well,
bathrooms.
it has like a basement. It's like it's kind of like the way to describe it. It's like it feels like it has it's like the church basement. You know what I mean? So like it's like a small size, but it has a basement.
At every entrance, there's 1 bathroom.
Yeah, there's like you go.
So like each
upstairs
one.
upstairs there was a bathroom.
Is it just like a 1-stall one, or?
Yeah, it was like a urinal and then a stall, and like every time there was like feet underneath the stall. I'm pretty sure if I would have eventually, I didn't find the 3rd bathroom, but if I would have, I'm sure it would have been taken.
Sounds like your luck.
By the way, like, so Duolingo, I'm trying to relearn German because I took German in high school for like 2 years. I was even vice president of the German club, but only because like Tom was the president, and I was like,
Nerds.
dope. I'll be vice president.
I didn't know he knew German.
Well, he's not like an expert in it, but it's like, I mean, he took, I think he took 3 years of German. I mean, he probably knows way more than I do, or just as much. Like,
What, it's just a total waste with him. He doesn't
No,
even say anything.
I guess not. But it's like, that's not something to brag about just because you know another language.
I wouldn't brag
And I'm
about
sure-
it, but I would just call people names in German.
I'm sure he's forgotten a lot about it. Or he's forgotten a lot of it just because, you know, it's been so long. And I don't know how much he's actually practiced it since then.
Boy, just yells at his son. Frau. Ich eine Cola.
Ich möchte eine Cola. I don't know how to swear in German. Like, Scheisse. Shit. Du bist ein Scheisse. You are a shit.
Just sound angry.
I don't know. That's the weird thing about different languages is like, you could take the specific translation. So like, yeah, du bist eine Scheisse is supposed to be like, you are a shit. But it might not be. That might not be the proper
Oh, it's probably totally wrong.
That's the right words, though. That's what I'm saying. It might be the right words.
Right words in the order of our language.
Exactly.
But
that's the weird thing about Duolingo. It's like sometimes it doesn't do it often, but it like sometimes it contradicts like what I learned in high school. So it's like, am I learning it right? Am I gonna go to Germany and make a fool of myself? Because I want to go to Germany.
Seem like just a total fool. They're probably gonna stab you, maybe burn you alive,
burn me at the stake,
gas you,
tar and feather me.
I heard Germans like to do that every now and then. I'm not sure where that came from, but I don't know.
Moment of silence.
I've heard that somewhere.
It's a popular rumor.
Is it? Rumor? I guess
it's the IDK from here.
No.
By the way,
We should.
nah, no. Okay, by the way, everybody listening. So me and Cody, we're from Jamestown, North Dakota, which is like small town, nowhere, middle of North Dakota. It's like we're not small town. We're like
It's like
decent.
Fifth?
Is it fifth?
Biggest town in North Dakota?
Because there's Dickinson, Bismarck, Fargo, Grand Forks, Minot, so we might be fifth.
I don't know. Top.
Mandan, if you count Mandan as a fifth.
I'd count Bismarck into that.
Are we even in the top 10? I'm sure we're in the top 10.
We're in top 10 for sure. Biggest cities in North Dakota.
So anyways,
But still.
we're nowhere near a city. Like, that's just the point. But
100
like,
miles.
so we're gonna make references to Jamestown, North Dakota. So if you're ever curious about what we're talking about, just look it up. Jamestown, North Dakota, IDK. Freaking mac and cheese pizza, delicious. I heard a rumor that they were gonna take that off, but it's like they haven't taken it off yet. So
They wouldn't do that. They enjoy
That's what I
having
said.
business.
that was like a long time ago. So I'm like, I think that rumor's
Yeah.
done. Because I heard they were gonna like rechange the whole menu.
It's like KFC saying, you guys know what?
We're
just
taking
gonna
away
get
our fried
Yeah,
chicken.
we're getting our fried chicken out of here because...
same difference.
You know what?
It's a
Pretty
good
much.
That's a good analogy. We're just gonna get rid of our one of our biggest money makers.
All of Africa. Just
Basically, our Buffalo Wild Wings. Because like,
I like IDK more than Buffalo Wild Wings.
well, their wings are great. It's not as like.
And you have everything else, and it's cheaper. Like yesterday, Cinco de Mayo. Went there. Their special of the day was a smothered with red sauce and queso
You
pulled
told
pork
about that.
burrito.
Dude, that sounds amazing.
It was just this monster burrito, just drenched in red sauce and queso. Came with chips and more queso.
Speaking of Mexican food, we went to
You went to
Applebee's today. Like, I know Mexican food. It's Applebee's. So I don't know if you've ever tried the quesadillas there, like for the appetizers.
They're not great.
Exactly. Like that's what I thought too. Like they're not. They barely have any filling in them.
Yeah.
That was always a problem.
Like
We
not even
went
that
there
much
today.
cheese.
But hear me out. My parents, like we ordered we ordered for appetizers. We ordered like a sampler platter, and like part of that's the quesadillas. I don't know if they just do this for the sampler platter or if this is like a new thing for them, but it was like filled, like not like crazy, but it was like satisfying and it was delicious. So I mean,
might check it out again.
shout out to Applebee's. You know, if this is like a recent change that they've made, like good on you for that.
Just a good chef.
Yeah, it might have just been a good chef. You know, maybe somebody was.
How they're actually supposed to make it that nobody
You never
does.
know, but
People get stingy with ingredients, man. Oh, I guess it was my. Oh yeah, no. I'll think of a dream. It'll come up sooner or later.
not the training one.
No.
That's for another podcast.
That's for another
That's
time.
for the Blackout podcast.
For darker times. No, it's just gonna be like sitting there like the trainee dream.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we'll just
Before the
keep
Blackout
that
podcast,
keep that in the back pocket.
So we plan on having a Blackout podcast, everybody. That'll probably be, so that one will probably be live. So we'll probably have to buy a longer cord for the camera if we're going to do live video in the future.
Yeah, because we gotta plug in the HDMI cord to the laptop just to have it. Would the audio work perfectly with that too?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Synced up. Yeah, it should just be as soon as you connect them.
Yeah. No big.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. So the Blackout podcast, we basically just drink a ton and we just let loose.
It's not gonna happen often, because we're just too common. Small town.
We both work 9 to 5s, but like he works
5.
He works like 7 on, 4 off, and then 7 on, 3 off, and I work 7 on, 7 off. So it's like we don't technically work 9 to 5s, but we basically work 40 hours total a week, because I work like 84 hours in a week, but then I get like a whole week off.
Yeah.
So it's like
Simple description of without naming what our jobs are. Yeah. Keep it simple. Yeah.
yeah,
Low.
we like
It's like the hours equal out.
we're not normal 9 to 5, but we're still like we're common folk.
Just I will strip for money if that gets me out of working.
Yeah.
Just keep that in mind.
Like, so if you would like to be a guest on our podcast, we already have like some people who are interested and people who we are interested in coming onto the podcast.
Oh, I'm very interested in some people.
But if you would like to be on the podcast, just shoot us an email. Email's in the description on our YouTube channel. Just shoot us an email and we'll get right on it.
Just DM us.
The problem is that our email now is above average. Like, that can't change. We can change the YouTube channel name.
We just make a new one.
No, let's not make a new one.
Why not?
Because might as well just keep the old one.
Nah. We'll make a new one.
Just make a whole new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, you can just change the name, can't you?
I guess I could just delete the old one.
Yeah, just delete it. I mean, we got time on our hands. We got nothing but time.
Yeah, it's not like we invested in the old one. There's like nothing on there. But I added channel art. I added generic channel art to it.
Oh, look at your channel. Aren't you special? But, God, not like, I can't even think of any. I told you a dream I had the other day, right? I can't remember what it was, though.
Yeah, but
It was just like,
listeners haven't heard it, so see that's the thing. If like
it's just
if one of us hasn't like even if I've heard something from you or if you've heard something from me, just still say it because it's like the
yeah,
viewers,
I can't remember what it is, though.
I know. I'm just saying for future reference. Like,
Oh, yeah.
don't be like, oh, you've already told me that.
No, it's just because all the funny,
like it's stuff that we've already told each other, or stuff that we already know about each other.
yeah.
That's the good stuff.
And usually, if it's something like super funny, I don't hold it back from anybody. But yeah, dude, yeah, it's gonna kill me,
Got any good stories from work?
dude. It was a random dream. Oh no. Probably shouldn't.
You should probably ask your boss about that.
Probably. I don't know how well that goes over.
Because your boss plans on like starting his he's thinking about starting his own podcast. So it's like, what is he going to talk about besides his job?
I mean, my job's not my everything. I still do other things.
Yeah, I know, but you don't want to get like arrested or something, could you? It's not. Is it government job? Is it government technically? So you could get into some deep shit. I don't. If I've learned anything from movies and like experience,
don't mess with the government.
Don't fuck with the government. Forget Snowden, man. He's in Russia now. He's in some bunker.
If I've learned anything from
Putin's hiding him.
What is it? Jonah Hill and Michael Cera. Super bad. Prepare to be fucked by the long dick of the law.
What was the whole point of Snowden? He like leaked. Oh, he leaked like the TSA.
Trump's nudes.
He was like, it was a whole like, he was revealing that the CIA was like spying on people through like personal cameras or something.
Yeah.
It's like the government like went after him. Like stuff that the people should know that stuff, but it's like the government dictates right and wrong now. So
if they want to see me naked, just send me an email.
Yeah, let me know. Like, shoot me $10. We'll make it happen.
You're expensive.
You must think pretty highly of yourself.
Whore. Oh, sorry, I forgot a cough. Whore.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I don't want you to know that I think you're a whore. We gotta keep that low key. Don't want to get that cat out of the box. Speaking of cat in the hat memes. Are you in love with those? Like, they went away, but like I saw one today actually.
I can't remember any. Remind me.
So it's Mike Myers playing Cat in the Hat.
What?
You remember the old movie Cat in the Hat?
Yeah.
With Mike Myers,
yeah.
And he's like the cat with the baseball
bat. Yeah.
And it just popped up in the memes if it was like, oh God, he's about to be assassinated. And it's Mike Myers in the cat suit behind him with a baseball bat. It's just random things that would pop up here or there. Dear God, they're playing that stupid snake game.
Who plays Snake Squad? Get out of here with that.
It's terrible.
Tom and David. I love you guys, but
you guys are the worst.
No, they're not.
No.
Take that back.
They're not the worst, but we're just better than them.
That's terrible.
We're superior.
I love Dave. Shout out to Dave. He's a true bro.
He's the man. Lives out in Hawaii, living the life, soaking in the rays.
I'll tell you a little bit about Dave. We'll have to get Dave on the podcast like someday.
Well, we'll get enough money. We'll just fly him in, and he'll
start a GoFundMe. Get Dave on the podcast.
We need to do that.
Okay, so
he can sit right here. In the
he's
booth.
Gotta have a throne.
Yeah,
Dave
we'll hit him the Iron Throne, just the swords and the chair and.
So anybody who knows Dave, if you go to the University of Jamestown, if you went to the University of Jamestown between 2013 and 2015, you probably know a fellow named David James. He's 400 pounds roughly, just big,
just pure beef,
black.
he's
mad.
Half black, half Hawaiian.
Half black, half
That's
Hawaiian.
The right ratio.
Yeah,
of a mixture of race.
And he's just the most laid back, nicest. He's just amazing. He's just the coolest guy ever. This past January we stayed in Hawaii. His family's just the nicest.
Best family ever.
Uncle Butter, if you're listening to this, shout out to you, man. Uncle Butter's the best.
You are the man.
He took us out for a day, showed us around all the local spots in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's just the best.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go back. We're planning next summer, maybe sooner if this podcast takes off and we make some podcasts.
We need another GoFundMe account. Send
us
to Hawaii.
Send David back to North Dakota.
We're just gonna do a little swap-a-roo. He can stay here at my place. But dude, you need to get one of these glasses. This is basically just bottomless. I feel like.
You poured my glass, man.
Well, I didn't have another one.
It's on you.
I just wanted it to just seem like.
I'll just buy my own glass. Podcast.
Just buy yours. I honestly have no idea where I got this from.
It's just a pint.
It's just what do they call them?
People see it
A
on the
growler.
camera. Show people on the camera.
Is that big enough?
It's like as big as your head, dude.
It's just a growler. I don't know. Good, decent size.
I'll make sure I get one before we record our next one.
I'm pretty sure there's called growlers. Yeah, just go
No,
over.
just get something different.
Just go over to Johnny B's.
Something that's a big.
If you get a horn, I'm gonna get a bigger horn.
Dude, I thought about that.
Just
like
get
these swords
a
here, these swords.
massive
I like
one.
how the swords. I like how the sword on your side is bigger than the sword on my side.
It's because my swords are bigger than yours.
It's no coincidence.
I didn't even know.
Legendary.
Well, you set them up. You put them up there. I had them over in the corner.
That's fair. We needed some. Let's not talk about our decorations. We'll just reveal them in the future. But we got big plans for this.
We're gonna have decorations. We don't want it just to be a white wall.
This is like a for fun thing, but we want to be serious. Like we do want this to be like successful. Like we do want this to be a part of our lives, I guess you could say. Like if you're like what you're listening to so far, like subscribe, share our videos with your friends and your parents especially, because I'm sure your mom would love us.
Moms love me.
So yeah, I mean typical episodes will be anywhere between an hour and a half long.
Could be even longer if we get deep. You know what? Let's just get after this. I got way too much pent up aggression that I gotta get out.
Stop crying, I'm talking.
Stop crying, I'm talking.
So
I don't know. I'll get the voice.
It feels like there's really no good way to say it without just making you sound angry.
Well, I don't want to describe how I feel about it.
It's just funny to think about, but it's not hearing it out loud. It's just it's aggressive.
It is, and it has that dark sense of humor behind it. Oh, God, is he about to hit somebody? But no.
Is he gonna hit a baby?
Is he gonna?
He's about to beat a baby.
Look at this guy. He slaps around children. Nope. That's not
child beater.
It's not me.
I'm not gonna go there. We did go there.
No, it's not.
This is a good amount, though. This is a good amount.
You've had 1.5 of those.
1.5.
I've had about 1.5 of these.
I don't plan on getting messed up during these podcasts. Just I'm feeling good.
We just gotta stay light, talkative, have a good time.
I like how we're talking about what we're gonna do on the podcast, in the middle of the podcast.
Well, you gotta have somewhat of an intro, and we're not just all right, here are the guidelines. Step 1.
Rule number 1.
Don't be racist. Step 2. A little racism is okay.
Rule 3. Racism is okay.
Step 4. Don't touch children. Step 5. No, step 4 is correct. Don't touch children. And the next week it's going to come out. Trevor Wally touched a child. How are they? Dear God, I'm going to find a new partner.
You know what's worse than a child rapist? A child.
I don't know. There wouldn't be any child molesters if there weren't any children.
That's my biggest fear, is that people are going to take our references out of context. Somebody's going to listen to this and be like...
Just freeze frame it into another. Just cut it and be like, look at this guy.
Dude, throw something at me. Throw me a curveball.
Curveball?
Yeah.
How much of a curveball you want?
Just mess me up. Just screw
all right.
my brain up.
All of a sudden you wake up tomorrow.
Okay.
It just seems a little off.
Okay.
You walk outside. The sky's slightly a different color. You realize it's not the sky. It's a spaceship.
Okay.
Above your house. I'm making this up as I go.
Okay.
It's not the sky, but it's a gray spaceship. First thoughts.
Okay. First thoughts?
Yeah, you just walked outside, you're ready for work. Yeah, it's clear enough that you can see.
That makes sense.
But at first you don't think about it. Maybe you really register what it is as you're driving.
I'm going to get my gun. Dude,
you're gonna shoot a spaceship.
I'm not. No, but I'm prepared. I'm gonna prepare for what comes out. It's not about the spaceship being there. If that spaceship attacks, it's if it's gonna glass us, there's nothing I can do about that.
I mean, just glasses. Like, just glasses.
Like Halo glasses. Like, shoot a laser down and just destroy, like,
Is that
entire...
what it's called?
Yeah, it's glassing. When alien spaceships, when they, like, destroy entire continents...
It's like how we have a word for it, and it's never actually happened.
Well, it's like Halo... You know Halo Reach, you're familiar with Halo Reach?
Is that what it's called in there?
Yeah, they call it, like, glassing a planet. Because it's like, they burn it so hot, it basically turns into glass. So, yeah, like...
I'm learning stuff new as you go.
Back to the thoughts, it's like, if there's a spaceship, like, I'm gonna try to prepare myself for what could possibly come out of that spaceship. You know, like, for example, if it's Covenant, like, I'm gonna try to fight elite. I might have to try to fight elites or grunts or whatever. And it's like, who knows? It could just be ET.
He just goes down with glowing fingers and you're just popping him.
Pull out my 1911. ET. Blasted.
Just an old ball sack, just bleeding on the ground.
It's just, I would just go into prepper mode. Just, like, grab what I can. Like, grab a bunch of granola, like, what I can live off of. And
granola.
I'm just, like, because what else?
You have a bunch of granola at your house.
I do. So. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Picky Bars. We're not sponsored by anybody. It'd be awesome if we could.
We're doing a lot of shout outs.
Like, it'd be awesome if we could get sponsored in the future. But, like, for now, it's like, I'm just giving shout outs to people who I like.
You should have told me that we're doing shout outs. I would have been like, you know, shout out to, yeah.
So there's this company called Picky Bars. And if you become a part of the Picky Club, you get, like, a certain percentage off of your total monthly order. So I subscribe to them, like, per month. So I get, like, 30% off of my total order. So I get, like, 3 bags of granola, 18 different, like, energy bars.
Those are, like, the wet ones, huh?
They're, like, greasy, I guess is a good way to describe it.
Like, it's a natural, they taste delicious.
It's all natural. The whole point of it, it was made by ultra marathoners / like, just, like, ultra athletes.
As long as it's not cyclists.
I don't know. Like, I'm sure they do a little bit of cycling here and there. But yeah, like, so, like, the whole point of it, it's supposed to have the, like, perfect combo of, like, fats and protein, and, like, it's low calorie, but it's, like, it's supposed to get you through, it's supposed to be a pick-me-up. So, like, if you're in the middle of a really long run, or bike ride, or hike, or whatever, it's supposed to be a pick-me-up snack. It's not going to be like an energy bar.
Fuels you.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like an energy bar where you eat it and then, like, you're crashing, like, 2 minutes later from the sugar high. That's the problem with protein bars nowadays and energy bars nowadays. They're just freaking loaded with sugar.
Yeah, they just power you through sugar.
And it's like, but then you crash.
We all know how much I don't like sugar. So
that's the dream.
That's the dream. So in this dream, I'm walking down the aisle. I don't know, just a grocery store. Could have been Walmart. Could have been Target for all I care. Just strolling down, happy as can be with my cart. Roll up, look to the right. Right there, in the glass refrigerator, is a full 1 gallon of strawberry milk.
And we freaking love strawberry milk.
I mean, not love, but like if I see in the gas station after a day out and it's just Nesquik chocolate milk,
You mean strawberry?
Yeah, strawberry milk. You know, get a little torch for the stuff. And in this dream, it's not just a little cup, like a little pint. It's a full gallon of strawberry milk. And I am absolutely jacked for this. I pick it up. I turn it around, look, and it has too much sugar on the label. Don't ask me why. I read it and I'm like, 56 grams of sugar in a cup of strawberry milk. This is outrageous. And I put it back, and like I woke up in the middle of the night and like it was worse than a nightmare. I was like,
you're like, where's my strawberry milk?
I put my strawberry milk down because it had too much sugar.
I love the first time you told me about it, like in person. Because your literal, like the way you described it was you picked up the gallon of strawberry milk and you're like, ugh, like you were disgusted. Like, oh, 56 grams of sugar. I'm not doing
I don't
that.
know,
And then
it's
you
like-
woke up.
It was like having a newborn baby in my hands and realizing one of its ears is a little stuck to its head, and I just chuck it aside and say, nah, not today.
Not today.
Nope. I would still take it because it's precious.
It's precious. You take care of that. You drink it all. That. Not a shout out to that strawberry milk that you have now. That stuff is.
Oh, God, that strawberry milk I bought was disgusting. I don't even remember what brand it was, but yeah, it tasted like sweat.
Probably shouldn't talk smack about specific companies so we don't get like a cease and desist. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, I don't even remember the brand of it. It was some, like, garbage brand, but...
It's in a pint, and it's at Walmart. That's all we know.
It's plastic.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It tastes like it's... Yeah, it's no good.
Like, girl
So-
at the booty hole. Yeah. But...
So, game of the week.
No, but, we get so off topic every time. So you're just getting guns, you're barricading
Oh, we're
yourself
still
in.
talking about that? Okay.
Yeah. You got your oatmeal. What flavor oatmeal do you got, though?
Ooh.
Do you just feel basic?
Yeah, well,
Really?
no. Depends on the moment. Because
I
I do
mix-
have, like, regular oatmeal, but it's like I have, like, you know, just pour boiling water, whatever.
I mix blueberry and strawberry. That's like the recipe for success.
It's very complicated. Because it's like...
What is yours? What's your go-to? Your favorite flavor?
Oatmeal?
Yeah, your favorite flavor.
Oh, apple cinnamon.
Really?
By far. Like, I get that Quaker's instant oatmeal. You just pour boiling water in there, leave the lid on for 3 minutes, and you got, like, delicious oatmeal.
You just...
My next favorite's, like, the instant oatmeal. Not instant oatmeal. Overnight oats. Where it's, like... You never heard of overnight oats?
No.
I'm about to educate you, boy.
Yeah.
So,
learn today.
you're gonna learn. So, overnight oats, it's oatmeal. But you pour... I usually use almond milk. That's just a personal preference. Like, you know... So you pour any kind of milk. It's a little pack of oatmeal, but it has like they have blueberry, cranberry, almond. What's another one?
Oh, those are protein ones.
No, they're just regular things of oatmeal. But they're like you eat it cold instead. But it's delicious. Like that's why it's overnight because you let the milk sit in there for 12 hours.
You gotta marinate it.
Pretty much. That's actually a good way to describe it because then like when it sits in there for so long you're supposed to let it sit in overnight or 12 hours is like a good I like to go just 12 hours so like I work 7 to 7 so it's like 7 o'clock in the morning I'll put milk in the overnight oats and then by 7 p.m. I have like a nice snack to eat for supper because like my meals are so mixed up it's like I might have like 6 eggs and like a smoothie for lunch, and then I'll have like steak and oatmeal.
You just eat monster meals, like
Just-
whenever you feel like it. That's what I don't understand.
It's because I try to do that intermittent fasting. It's like you try to pack all your calories into like 2 meals and like 1 snack. Colton told me he's gonna start intermittent fasting, and he
Is he not already?
No, like he works out, but he's starting to actually like. I think he's trying to like start to lose fat instead of like just losing weight.
Lose a lot of baby weight from him being in the nursery.
Yeah. So when you intermittent fast, I noticed that in the mornings before you eat, you get like your hands and your arms like you get cold, like they get cold, and like yeah, I know it's weird, but like Colton, he came in this morning and he's like, yeah, I'm trying to do like the 16-8. Which is where you fast for 16 hours and you only eat for 8 hours.
For 8 hours.
And he's like, dude, like I've started intermittent fasting, and it's like I know what you're talking about now. Because when we work together in the mornings, I'd be like, "Are you cold?" He's like, "No, I'm fine." And I'm like, dude, it's my hands are cold, and I know it's because like I haven't eaten yet today, and it'd be like 10 or 11 a.m. Intermittent fasting is basically a fancy way of saying I skip breakfast every day. Like let's be real.
But okay, so I do the same. I do mostly the 16-8. That's what I aim for. Every day, basically. My hands and arms have never gotten cold.
That's because you live in like a hot apartment. Okay.
No, it doesn't matter where I live. Even if I wake up right away and go to work in the morning.
But it depends on the day, because there's days where I'll sleep in. I won't eat because I'll sleep in.
Sleep until 10 and only wait 2 hours.
And it'll be like, yeah, I won't feel cold at all. But it's like, if I'm sitting at work for like 5 hours, like just sitting there, like behind the computer, it's like, you'll start to feel it. Like if you're not...
Maybe I'm just not paying attention.
Maybe not.
Cool, we'll just put on a jacket and get...
When you're doing my kind of job, it's like, you focus on stuff, but then there's like quiet moments where like, you kind of tend to like pay attention to the little things, and you actually like notice like how your body's feeling. And like I'm like cold.
I'm kind of.
I mean, Colton basically confirmed.
A little chilly.
Colton basically confirmed it for me. It's like I actually it's proven because when you intermittent fast, your body is sending like all the blood is going to like your vital organs or something to like. It has something to do with like it has to do with like the whole point of intermittent fasting is to use your fat as energy instead of like the food that you eat.
Burning your fat, not.
I don't want to say something and sound really uneducated, but that's basically it has something to do with that. Simplest way.
Low key, basic as it gets.
Yeah, the whole point.
That's what it is.
Yeah. You still gotta eat clean. I told Cole, I'm like, you can't just eat junk all the time and intermittent fast and be like, it'll offset each other and I'll be healthy. It's like, you gotta eat clean, bro. Gains.
What about me? Do I have to eat healthy?
You're fine. You're beautiful.
Yes. As I go back to drinking my growler. If Chris Hemsworth taught us anything, is fat is beautiful.
Fat can be beautiful. Big can be beautiful. That's what it is. The B's. You gotta use the B words. Not that B word.
You knew exactly. Was it my lips?
Yeah, you were like...
Beatrice. Well...
Alright.
Actually, speaking of that, I got a little note on here that says body enhancement. I'm not exactly sure what I was talking about at the time.
Like ways to improve our bodies overall.
Knowing me, no, that was nowhere near what I was going for. I was talking about probably surgery.
Oh, like becoming,
or maybe drugs. Maybe I was talking about drugs.
Like PEDs and stuff.
Yeah, not like, oh, look at me, I'm so smart because I
didn't know if you were talking
acid.
Like RoboCop or what. Like, what are we getting at?
That could be too.
Okay.
You know, like body and like, look at me, I got 2 robotic arms.
Steroids are fine. Because steroids are legal for the most part, right? You can just take testosterone and then...
For a general public, yeah.
For general purposes.
Just
like
performance enhancing.
Yeah. For me, do whatever you want. Use steroids. Like, if you want to be like a personal model, go for it. I wouldn't advise it just because, like, it all depends, like... You know, it just depends on your certain circumstances.
Your body afterward.
It's just going to destroy you anyways. But if you want to take that risk, I mean, it's not even a risk, it's guaranteed.
If you're into that sort of thing.
It's practically guaranteed.
It's not going to ruin your brain or anything.
But, you know, this is America. Do whatever you want. As long as you're not using it in competition. TJ Dillashaw, he got caught taking PEDs.
Fighter, right? UFC fighter?
Yeah. He didn't admit to it, but he didn't deny it either. He basically just said, I'm just going to handle this. You know, I'm sorry to my fans. It's like... Come on, like how do you, John Jones, like when
John Bone Jones?
Yeah, when he got caught taking PEDs.
It's not that he gets caught taking.
No.
It's just it's known that that's all he does.
No. Like you're totally like you don't know the whole story. So basically, he fought this to the grave, not literally, but I'm just saying he fought this to the death. So. Basically, the backstory behind it is that he was taking these like supplements from like some side company. Like he's been always taking this supplement,
kind of like just brain
protein, pre-workout, whatever, just normal supplements that me and you take. But his supplements had like traces.
Wait, you take supplements?
Not as much as I used to.
Oh.
But like he used to take a bunch of supplements, and when he got caught taking PEDs, he actually sent in his supplements to get like tested, and like they found like tiny bits of like certain steroids and testosterone or whatever, like illegal drugs, illegal enhancers inside of his supplements. The problem with certain supplement companies is that in these factories they make steroids in the same companies as they make like your protein and your pre-workout.
So it's just left on the conveyor belt and
there's a chance
actually picked up.
There's a chance that your protein powder or your like very small chance, like
it's like drug and poppy seed muffins.
Exactly. It's like you're not gonna take pre-workout or protein and you're not gonna instantly get jacked because it takes a lot of consistent steroids to get huge, or to get the
I'm not just gonna
positive and or negative side effects.
Stab myself in the penis once and be huge.
So John Jones sent in like samples, or he sent in his supplements to the USADA or whoever the drug organizations.
FDA.
Is it the FDA? No, that's not the FDA. The people who like run it though. I forgot.
FBI.
No. The people who
CIA.
The people who do the drug testing for the UFC, and they basically they found traces of like steroids in there, and it's like
the DEA.
That's why he was still suspended, but they lowered the time for suspension. So, I mean, sure he's done cocaine and stuff. That's one that we know for sure. But steroids.
I guess that's what I was getting after. I knew. I don't know him.
He's known for like
angel
he's
dust.
A party animal, but I don't know his personal life. Like, if he did, maybe he did take drugs at some point, but it's hard to say. It's all about that's just one of the things you're never gonna know the for sure truth unless John Jones. Because who knows? John Jones could be telling the truth. He could be telling the truth 100%. We'll never know. It's that Jack Sparrow thing. Like, I could be telling you the truth, but you even if I told you, even if I were telling you the truth,
or are you gonna fight it?
Like, even if I were telling you the truth, you wouldn't even know because you don't care if I tell the truth or not.
I can tell the truth.
You just assume I'm gonna be lying. You're just gonna tell me I'm lying until I tell you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Next subject.
I guess like for topics too, if send some ideas.
Oh yeah, if you want
send some topics, if it makes like a good
ask
story.
Us questions, whether it's personal or just something you have an opinion on. Give us your opinion and ask for our
something
opinion.
Out of the box, crazy, funny, that you even like.
We'll rant about it.
We'll bring up issues.
Don't ask us to be educated on it though, because we'll have no idea what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, we might be just complete idiots on the matter. But you know what?
You ask me about like astrophysics, I'm not gonna know a thing. We'll get Neil deGrasse Tyson on here someday. That'd be the bomb. I've listened to Neil deGrasse Tyson like on certain podcasts, and he's out of this world. Pun intended.
I would have caught that. You're giving the hand job though, not me. So
get over here, man.
You do what you have to do to seal that deal.
Imagine if we could make that happen. The problem is that we're in North Dakota. Who's gonna come to North Dakota unless we pay for their like airfare and pay for their,
That's why you're gonna give him a hand job. The hand job's not free.
I don't give that good of a hand job. It's my opinion.
Better start working on it.
Work on my arm strength.
In my opinion. Yeah, so just send in some topics.
Actually, no. Scratch that. Dudes, any dude, I think we're all just good at hand jobs.
Oh, you're still on that topic?
I'm taking back my statement. All dudes are good at hand jobs.
That was like
we know It's the same with women with other women. Like women know what women like, and
Is that
guys
Bert-
know what guys like.
That's Bert Kreischer, right? He says like somebody breaks into my house. He's like, my wife's
Oh yeah.
terrible. I'll just
It's,
say,
it's
stand
okay,
aside.
honey. I got this.
Daughters, this is how you do it.
Is that secret time?
I honestly don't remember at all, but yeah, he's a god among men.
I want to say that. He's a god of comedians, that's for sure. He's like one of if this were.
I stand by what I said.
You stand by it.
I stand by it. I don't. I believe in it.
Do you have a favorite MMA fighter?
Favorite? Nah.
Can you name how many MMA fighters can you name?
Probably as many as I can name hockey teams. No, really? I could probably name way more UFC fighters than hockey.
Yeah, like even not even current fighters, like name.
Oh, just
throughout time.
I'm not gonna name, but I can name quite a few. I'm not just gonna be throwing out random names.
Please, let's make anybody who's listening. Like, I'm calling it now. We gotta make Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, and Conor McGregor.
That's what you're getting after, huh?
Freaking. So this past Saturday, like 2 days ago, Donald Cerrone just beat La Quinta, right? I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it was La Quinta. So Donald Cerrone's a recent father. Ever since he became a father, he's 3-0 in the UFC.
So it fuels him.
He has the most UFC wins at his weight class, which is like 24. I don't know many UFC fighters who have 24 fights, let alone 24 wins.
Yeah, it's more, around 10?
I think he's had almost like 50 MMA fights total in his life. That's just like unheard of.
It's taking a beating.
Yeah. That dude is he is a monster. He's a savage. And I want him to have red panty night. You know, you don't know that, you don't get that reference? The old Conor McGregor.
You said red panty?
Yep.
Like panty raid, night of debauchery.
So Conor McGregor, he was like, they were doing a press conference with like all the UFC champions, and like Conor McGregor was talking shit to another UFC fighter, and he was like, "Oh, any fighter here would want to fight me, cause then that's how you make the big bucks, and they're called like whenever a fighter finds out they're fighting me, they're calling their wife and they're on the phone, they're, oh baby, put on the red panties, we're making the big bucks now, and it's red panty night." And that's where that saying comes from. Whenever a fighter fights Conor McGregor, it's red panty night, because whoever fights Conor McGregor, they're making the big bucks, which is why I think like Nate Diaz doesn't want to fight anybody other than Conor McGregor.
He wants the money.
He wants the money.
Well, all of them want the money, but that would be.
I mean,
it's basically the Super Bowl of fighting if you get a fight.
I love the Diaz
Conor McGregor,
brothers.
Even though he's obviously not the best since he's been beaten.
I absolutely love the Diaz brothers. They're like both of them. They are huge inspirations to me, but it's like they're just Nate Diaz. I hope they pay well. I don't know if Nate Diaz is actually planning on fighting anytime in the future, because he wants. It's not that he wants Conor McGregor. He'll fight anybody, but it's just for the right price. Like, I hope they give you what you deserve. Like, not in a threatening way. It's not threatening.
I hope you get what you deserve.
But it's like, I hope.
So what you're saying is you want to fight Nate Diaz?
No, because I'm way above his weight class. But
so you can take him.
Ass.
No, you can take him. That's what I'm hearing
Stop
from
putting
this.
words in my mouth.
All right, Nate Diaz, do you hear this? Trevor Wally is challenging you to a 1v1.
I'm not starting that.
Are you going octagon or just like?
What do you mean? What?
For the ring, are you fighting in an octagon, or do you just want to go like?
Front yard. If I were to fight a fighter, what are you talking about?
Or boxing ring.
In the fetal position.
That's your preferred fighting style.
Yeah.
Is the fetal position.
Depends on the level of the other fighter. It's like if I know that the other guy's like never actually fought in a real fight before, it's like, yeah, I'd fight him. But it's like anybody with like more than like a few fights in their life, I'm like, I don't have the training for this. I'm realistic. But if it's a street fight and I have no other choice, it's like
fetal position.
not fetal position. We're talking about UFC fighters. UFC fighter, yeah. I'm like, okay, somebody help me here.
You're on your knees taking just shots.
But
to the throat.
It's just, yeah. Like, I don't know. I've sparred before and I've grappled before. Like I've taken sparring classes and grappling classes when I lived in New York. It's so much fun, but it's like
it's hard.
You don't realize how hard it is until you actually do it, and it's like a whole different, like an old like Greek saying like, I told Kennedy this. I forgot who said it. Like Aristotle, I think he said the best, or the worst wrestler is still better conditioned than the best marathoner. Something like that.
It's hard work.
It's like
cardio wise, stamina.
It's like but it's not just that it's a higher level of cardio. It's just a whole different cardio.
Yeah, a whole
Your
different
body's just not used to it. Like you have to train the way you're going to fight. You know, it's not like wrestlers are. It's not like wrestlers are, sparring or hitting the heavy bag. Like wrestlers are wrestling because that's what they're gonna do.
That's like
boxers are hitting the heavy bag. You don't see many boxers like wrestling much. I mean, if they do, it's not a lot. But
so like, still on topic, but kind of off.
Okay.
You know how like people they always come up like, oh, what do you plan on doing in life? And then you gotta come up with something like that actually makes you seem like you're worthwhile.
Okay.
Like you gotta like. I'm trying in life.
Right.
I'm not
like I used to tell people, I'm joining the National Guard, then I'm gonna go to college, and then I'm gonna live my dreams like debt free because of the National Guard.
Yeah, pays.
You tell people you have a plan, so you sound like you got it all made.
A little, I guess, backstory beforehand.
Okay.
You know how like for MMA, there's been, or even like wrestling, how like the transgendered. So like males turning into females and competing in female weight classes or that.
Yeah.
I've just been telling people I've been thinking about changing over to female and joining MMA. I've heard there's a lot of success in that category.
Well, yeah, there was that one dude who broke every single women's weightlifting record because he was a dude.
He was a dude fighting,
and he didn't. No. He was a weightlifter, professional weightlifter.
Yeah,
and he was like he went into professional weightlifting, but for women's, he wasn't even serious. He was doing it as a joke. He was like,
just because it's totally possible. Like they're not gonna be. You're not a woman.
He was like, that's just our culture now. We're just allowing.
But the looks I get from people when I say that. It's not good.
Yeah.
I think Butts responded to it best. He said, that's gold.
It is gold. The golden boy. That'll be your golden boy in the women's division. That'll be your nickname. The golden boy.
I'll just have a long ponytail.
There was this one time we were playing Xbox. That was when okay, that's a story for another podcast. But it was like I messaged the guy the next morning because I was just out of it. Like I had so much to drink, and it's like I messaged him that night because it was like some random dude, and I messaged on Facebook, "Stay golden, pony boy," and I read that the next morning. I was like, "Wow,
I went full gay last night."
This is like a guy who we played GTA 5 for I don't know, 4+ hours. Like we just did missions all night. And before I went to bed, this is when me, you, Tom, and
Colton.
Yeah,
used to play GTA at night.
Guys were just leaving one at a time, and I think I was me and the other guy were up the latest.
Really? Mm-hmm. Just going hard.
Just remember playing missions. Just playing missions.
I was playing with you that one time, Rainbow Six Siege. When I messaged that guy.
Yeah.
So we were playing Rainbow Six Siege, and this. I had a few drinks at best, and this guy I suck at Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, I don't know why. Accuracy wise, something. But this guy was just
It's hard if you don't constantly play it.
over and over, and then especially after a few drinks, it doesn't help.
You're
It doesn't steady my nerves because I don't have them, and just over and over, this guy's killing me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just get mad. I yell out loud. My words are slurred. They're backwards, and I just yell out, "You better be ready for me to suck that dick." What I meant to say is,
I thought you messaged him that. You told me and Tom you were like,
and I messaged him.
okay.
Yeah. And then I messaged him that, and he just responds back, WHAAAAA. Like, what? Like, and I'm like, I just respond back, all lowercase. You heard me.
And then you got a ban.
And then I got banned from Xbox Live for like a month. And yeah.
That's our lives. Getting banned from Xbox and just...
Is that the last time I got banned? I had a span of like 3 or 4 years there that I got banned at least once a year.
Yeah. That's when you... Yeah, you really... Cole will tell me about that. How you like... Because wasn't that mostly racial slurs?
No.
That you would just blurt out?
No, it's just yelling at people.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not like bad, but like just stuff that's like just bad enough to get you banned. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
It's easy. Well, I'm not gonna... I've never been banned, but it's like...
You gotta try sometime. It's a great time.
Well, whenever me and Tom used to play, like me and Tom used to go to, like, when me and Tom were in college, we'd always play like Call of Duty Ghosts. Dude, whenever we played, it was so laid back, and I just made friends with everybody. Like, we would play, I would get on my mic, and I would, like, talk, like, publicly. I don't know why, I've become so introverted, even online, that I would, like, stop talking to people online. Like, I'd rather just mute my mic and just listen to other people.
Just
But, like,
listen like a pedophile behind the mic.
Yeah, just, like, getting my kicks, listening to other people.
Now we're
freak
doing
out.
this.
Yeah. So, like, I would, me and Tom would just be playing Call of Duty Ghosts, and, like, I would just make friends and, like, talk to people, and, like, I'd be like, yo, dude, add me as a friend, and, like, then next time we were both on at the same time, just, like, get into a playlist, because, like, it was just fun, and, like, it was hilarious, because we just, like, talk shit, and just, like, we'd actually do good, because you actually knew your teammates, and you'd, like, create these bonds or whatever, and...
Yeah, I actually know how play styles work.
Exactly.
That's, like, the best way to do games. Like,
I
I was playing...
loved, like, Search and Destroy. Like, that's... I know you guys don't like that just because of, like, the long pauses between rounds. But, like, once I get good at it, it's, like... It's so much more satisfying because you're, like, waiting for each win. And then, like, when you finally get that... Just getting that win, it's, like, it's just satisfying to me. Especially when you, like, defuse the bomb, or you, like... When you plant the bomb and you kill all the members of the other team. It's like elimination, but with a bomb. There's a bomb involved. Like, that's the way I see it.
Love bombs.
Bombs. Dropping bombs.
Bombs. Bombs.
Alright.
Yeah. I mean, how long do you want to go with this?
I think now's a good time to wrap it up.
Now's the good time to pull the plug, huh?
Yeah, it's...
Kill
been
this
recording
sesh.
for about an hour and 40 minutes, so...
Yeah, it's been a little over.
Like I said, like, an hour to an hour and a half, like, but, you know, like you said, it could be longer, it could be shorter.
Longer. It depends on how much we're rolling. I mean,
We'll
obviously,
try to...
we could do this for hours, but...
I just want to keep it consistent. Just
Yeah.
weekly upload.
Keep it... And a
like,
little, like...
same amount of time each week.
Hour and a half, 2 hours. I mean, if it's a night that maybe we have a guest and...
We're
just going off, then yeah, drag it on a little bit. As long as it stays, like, has a pulse.
Yeah.
like
We're not just, like,
noticeable
long pauses
pulse.
or...
Yeah, not just, like, staring into each other's eyes and...
Like, or staring down, like, just thinking of, like, what can we talk about? I feel like we had a little bit of that at the beginning. Like, we were just, like... But it's, like, once you get into it, like, once you start talking, it's, like...
This is Patrick.
Once we get into it, it's, like...
Once you get the ball rolling, yeah, it goes smooth. But
An object that's in motion likes to stay in
you
motion.
nerd, that's not what we're talking about. But yeah, so this would be the end of the very first Stop Crying, I'm talking. And yeah, if you have any topics, like things you want to touch up on, life moments, anything serious, non-serious, hopefully not serious. I'm not
We can get serious sometimes, but
Yeah.
not too like
sensual.
try to keep out of the politics.
Oh yeah, but sensual. We gotta keep
Forget politics. Sensual. What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
I think the best way to describe it is like stay genuine, like stay in our lane, like talk about what we
Stay
know.
in your lane, boy. Yes, exactly. But I think that's basically it. Keep it 100. Keep it. Stay fully torqued at all times.
Fully torqued. All right. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah. Thank you.
Like and subscribe if you.
We're going full official with like and subscribe, huh?
Oh yeah. Share.
I like that.
Especially share.
I like that.
Like they say, you can like and subscribe all you want, but the thing that's gonna make this baby grow is
Sharing that thing everywhere.
Oh.
Get into it. Get after it.
Spread the word.
Spread it hard.
We're here, people.
Just like
We're
HIV.
not going anywhere.
Goodbye. End it.
That's it.